Good afternoon, dear viewers. Today our discussion is about ancient Egypt, the land of pharaohs, pyramids, and incredible mysteries that continue to fascinate both scholars and the general public for thousands of years.
And the first thing that comes to mind is, of course, Tutankhamun. His tomb in the Valley of the Kings, Martin, remained hidden for 3,000 years. How is that even possible?
The secret lies in the details, Jane. The tomb was small, concealed in an inconspicuous spot, and its entrance was buried under debris from the construction of a nearby burial. No identifying markers outside, a perfect camouflage.
But in 1922, it was discovered by the British archaeologist Howard Carter, and that's where the detective story begins. For a long time, he was seen as a scientific hero.
However, the documents tell a different story. Carter's correspondence, especially with philologist Alan Gardner, and the souvenirs he gifted, amulets identical to those found in the tomb, suggest that Carter was taking artifacts. The formula 10 for the museum, 1 for me, seems quite plausible.
Really? Even the director of the Egyptian Museum in Cairo suspected something, but couldn't prove it. And there's even a theory that Carter secretly entered the burial chamber before the official opening.
Exactly. Testimonies from 1947 confirm it. Why? Possibly to be the first to claim the most valuable trophies. This shady side of the discovery gave rise to the legend of the pharaoh's curse. Following a series of deaths among the expedition members, especially Lord Carnarvon.
Those chilling stories, but surely science has an explanation?
Absolutely. The prime suspect, toxic molds, especially Aspergillus, which had survived for centuries in the sealed tomb, feeding on grain and bread left as offerings. For those with weakened health, they were deadly.
Let's move on to the most iconic symbol of Tutankhamun, his golden mask. It turned out to be mysterious too, didn't it?
Yes, and in more than one way. X-rays revealed its incredibly complex construction. Copper alloying in the gold for malleability. A unique inner tube to attach the royal beard. But the biggest surprise, the mask was probably never intended for Tutankhamun.
No way. Then whose features does it bear?
A 2015 study discovered an erased inscription under Tutankhamun's name, the name of Queen Nefertiti. And the pierced ears, more typical for women or children, further support this theory. The young pharaoh died suddenly at around 18 or 19, and for his burial, they likely used a ready-made mask, possibly made for his stepmother, Nefertiti.
Incredible. And they say Tutankhamun's tomb is rather modest for a pharaoh?
Correct. Scholars suspect a conspiracy. His successor, Pharaoh I, might have taken over the large, lavish tomb meant for Tutankhamun. Both tombs even appear to be painted by the same artist, judging by the baboons on the walls. While Tutankhamun was hastily buried in a smaller one, with efforts made to erase his name from history.
But inside, it's a real treasure trove.
Absolutely. A golden sarcophagus, stunning chariots, thrones, ivory board games, luxurious garments, even a mannequin for fitting them. And remember the famous trumpets?
That were played on BBC? Yes, but now they're too fragile to be heard again.
Sadly, yes. But Egypt never ceases to amaze. Just recently, the country's oldest and best-preserved mummy was found near Cairo, 4,300 years old and covered in gold.
4,300 years. That's the era of the pyramids. Where exactly?
In Saqqara, near the step pyramid of Djoser, the oldest of them all. There they also found an untouched burial of a nobleman in a golden shroud. The seal on the entrance remained intact for 4,300 years. And nearby, the long-lost headless pyramid resurfaced from the sands.
Seems like Saqqara is the new hot spot in Egyptology. And what about those discoveries in Sinai?
The ruins of a temple dedicated to Zeus Cassios, a syncretic deity combining the Greek Zeus and Mount Cassios. The discovery was made thanks to pink granite columns poking through the sand. The entrance had collapsed during an earthquake.
I also heard about mummies with golden tongues and baboons.
Yes, the golden tongues were part of an ancient Egyptian belief. They would help the deceased speak in the afterlife. And the mummified baboons, sacred animals of the god of wisdom, Thoth, tell a sad story. Analysis shows they were poorly fed and kept in darkness, in awful conditions.
Poor creatures, but the technology of the ancients is astonishing. The Giza pyramids, how did they build them without modern machinery?
Massive blocks, as heavy as a rhinoceros, were hauled from afar on sledges over wet sand. And they were likely raised using a sophisticated system of inclined ramps that grew along with the pyramid. The exact design of the system remains a mystery.
And finally, the mechanical doll.
Yes, a wooden statue of the goddess Hathor in New York's Metropolitan Museum. X-rays revealed a system of pulleys inside. When the axle turned, she would raise and lower her arm. A true ancient robot.
That's amazing. Ancient Egypt never stops astounding us with its secrets and technology. Thank you, Martin, for this fascinating journey.
Thank you, Jane. Keep seeking mysteries, study history. It's full of incredible discoveries.